Greetings viewers, welcome to Ride Far and Wide. It's a bit of a different setting today. We're not out on the road. I'm going to look at instead some new luggage that I've purchased for the WR250R. And the reason I've done this is I've got a few big trips coming up. One, I'll be away for a few months later this year, and then another even bigger one coming up the year after. So I wanted to get some luggage that was going to be able to carry all my gear and allow me to live off the bike for an extended period of time. Up to now, and you may have seen it from the previous videos, I've been using the Wolfman dry bags with the Wolfman rackless system, and then later when I purchased the Outback Motortech panniers for the WR, I was using these to strap on, and they work great. These are 20 litre bags, one each side, and they're really good, but I really needed something a little bit bigger for, as I said, living off the bike for an extended period of time. Also, these work with straps, so they do strap on. They can be a bit time consuming and a bit painful to get on and off, especially if you're stopping somewhere and you need to remove your gear. So I wanted something that was going to be bigger and also a little bit easier to get on and off. So I did the research. I've done a lot of research over the last couple of months. I've been looking at the premium sort of gear. I want something that's really going to last me a long time. So I looked at some of the usual suspects. Moscow Moto was one of them. Krieger was another one. They looked really good. The only issue I had with the Moscow Moto and with the Krieger ones were that they both come with mounting plates, and these plates need to bolt onto your pannier racks and then the bags fixed to those. There's a bit of weight involved in that. I think the Moscow Moto bags, they're 35 kilo bags, 35 litre bags, I should say. They weigh about 7 kilos each bag, and on a small bike like the WR, weight is definitely a consideration, so I don't want to take up a lot of that by just having rather heavy bags. So after looking at what was on the market and trying to get a balance between reliability, ruggedness, robustness, ease of use, all that kind of thing, I kind of ruled out the Moscow Moto bags, I kind of ruled out the Krieger bags. What I have settled on are Enduristan, which have also got a really good reputation, and in particular the ones I've gone for are the Monsoon Evo bags, which come in two sizes. One is 34 litres, the large, and the small is 24 litres. And these have quite an ingenious looking system where the attachment points at the bottom actually clip on or to your pannier racks, and then they strap on at the top. The plan being with those is that I can easily get them on and off as needed. And they also come with a large amount of space. They're allegedly waterproof. We'll hopefully find that out down the track. And they come with other attachment points for various additional bags and strapping other bits of luggage onto it. So I lashed out and bought some Enduristan Monsoon Evo panniers and a couple of other little things as well. And they've arrived. So let's take a look at what these sort of look like. Okie doke, so just get that organised there. What's in the box? Tax invoice, fair enough. Keep that for warranty if needed. What else have we got in here? Man, that's a lot of stickers. Okay, stickers, lots of. I'm not really a sticker kind of person. I don't tend to like plastering my bike with stickers. I think that looks a bit shitty, and they get dirty and look crappy after a while, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. And one from Motorcycle Adventure Products, that is the Australian distributor, and that's who I purchased my bags from. Oh man, they are huge stickers. Check the size of those mothers. Alright, okay, we'll sort out what to do with those later. What else have we got in here? One bag. What's that one? Okay, that's the small. So, because on the WR, and it's the same with a lot of bikes with a high mounted exhaust, the pannier rack on the right hand side does sit out a little bit further to clear the exhaust. So I thought it might be a good idea just to make sure that the bike's not too wide. I've gone with a 34 litre, the large size, which I'll use on the left-hand side where the pannier sits in a bit closer, the pannier rack sits in a bit closer, and I'll use a 24 litre one for the right-hand side, just to avoid the bike ending up looking like the back of a bus. So anyway, this is the small one, the 24 litre. The dimensions of the bags are exactly the same. So I think they're 40 centimetres height, 40 centimetres width. It's only in the depth or the thickness of the bag that makes the difference for them. So the 24 litres, I believe, are 16 centimetres deep or thick, and the 34 litres are 21 centimetres. So that's where you get your extra carrying capacity. So let's have a look at this one. This is the 24 litre one. Quite sturdy, looks pretty good. That's the little stiffener, or it goes inside the bag to give it some shape to make it easier for packing. And this is the bag itself. These here are the fitment points. So these clip onto the bottom rail. You need to have pannier racks that are 18 mils in diameter, the tube. Otherwise they won't work, but I think most on the market these days tend to be around that size. So they have a pretty wide range of fitment. What they do is you've got these little stainless steel pins that come out, and you clip it on here. Hopefully you can see that. Clip it on like that, so that goes over the tube of your pannier rail, and then you have these locking things here. So they remain in the up position. You clip them on. Once they're on, you pull those down, and it locks it into place. And then you can put the pins back in, which just have a little ball inside them to secure them. They slide back in there, and that stops that coming up, so they remain locked onto the bike. And then you have some further straps up here, which will clip onto the top and allow them to be secured from the top. Look, they look really good. It's a nice, thick, solid material. There's plenty of strap points here to bring the panniers together and allow you to compress them around whatever you're carrying. Some additional points on there, and I have ordered some extra little bags to go on the side, so we'll get to those. Interesting, they've got the hard plastic or harder plastic on the bottom here to provide a little bit of crash resistance, I suppose, if you do happen to tip over and stop everything getting crushed. So hopefully that looks alright. And they work like your standard roll top bag. So once you've loaded them up, you roll that over, and it's apparently supposed to make them waterproof inside. So we'll see how we go. There's some straps, additional points on here, I think, to put some more bits and pieces on the top. So I think it's alright. They feel good and sturdy. I think the 24 litres are about 2.5 kilos each, which is not too bad. So you're not, taking up too much of your weight, your carrying capacity just by the bags themselves. They're reasonably light. They feel quite light. I do like the inside, which is red, so you can makes it easier to find what you're looking for. So anyway, we'll stick this in. Let's have a look. How does that go? Oh, okay. I think that goes to the back. The internal stiffener to give it a little bit of shape. Oh, okay. So it pops in there. There's some Velcro down the bottom. Just turn that there. And then there's little Velcro tabs on the top there. You can secure that one. And another one here. Yeah. And there we go. That gives the bag that little bit of shape. One thing I have noticed, because those little stiffeners are black, I reckon they should have made them red, because that kind of takes away from it covers up a lot of the red in there, so then the bottom of the bag is black. So it kind of negates the purpose of having the inside of the bag red. Anyway, maybe a tip if you're watching Enduristan, maybe make those stiffeners out of a red material so it retains that feature. So that's the 24 litre. This one is the 34 litre, the big one. There. Again, it's very much the same. The only difference, as I said, is the weight, is the width or the depth of the bag. How does that go? There is a straight side and a slightly curved side. I think the straight side goes to the back. Seems to make sense. So let's put that in. Go in pretty easy. Just secure that strap on there. Make sure it's all pushed down. Great. Okay. And you can definitely tell, if I put them side to side, there's definitely the difference in width there. So they are the same height and width, but there's definitely a difference in depth. So for me, this one will go on the right side on the WR, and that one will go on the left side. But I think they look pretty good. They feel really sturdy. They look really, really well made. And I think looking in there, you're going to be able to carry a lot of stuff. Little carry handle, branded Enduristan, and again, there's your fitment points. They must, I wonder if they allow the securing. Okay. So once you have got your gear in, there's additional side straps here. Right, okay. So they clip over there, like that. And then that one, and that keeps it all locked down, and then you've got these additional straps just over the top here. Okay, that's a good system. I suppose if you're putting something on the top using those loops, that can help secure whatever you got there. And there's additional loops at the front here as well. So, and some loops on the side, and some little plastic loops on the sides. More there, so you can secure additional things to it. All right, so that's great. So what else have I got in here? I went ahead and purchased this one. Now this is the Fender bag. This is the large size Fender bag. Yes. Which has a capacity, I haven't got my short lookers on, 2.9 litres. So it's 26 by 16 by 7 centimetres. There is a smaller one, which is 1.6 litres. It's 26 by 12 by 5 centimetres, so it's only slightly smaller. Same system, same material as these Monsoon panniers, and that's designed to go on your front guard if you wanted to put it with tools or spare tubes or anything, but they also work, they can be used and they can attach to the side of the bag here. Let me just get that out of the way. So the idea being for those is that I'll probably run them like that, and I'll attach to the bag there and strap on, and it does come with some straps, to allow you to do that. Again, it's the same, the red inside, there's no stiffener needed for this one. And it's got some other attachment points here, and then that basically looks like it just rolls down like that. And then there's little clips here. just to secure it. And I think that's a fairly decent size. I'm glad I got the large actually, because, here we go. Once that's sort of fully expanded, that's going to be good to carry things. I may keep my tools in that actually, but I'll keep them on the bag there. I have been thinking about maybe putting a tool kit or a toolbox on the inside of the left-hand side pannier, because there's a space there. Hopefully it shouldn't get fouled by the rear wheel or anything like that. That might be a later project, but we'll have a look at it. But anyway, that'll definitely fit my tool kit and maybe a spare tube and things like that. So yeah, pretty good. Looks good. And lastly, get that out of the way, we have the bottle holster. So these only come in one size. Again, same material. It's quite rugged. I believe it's a 3-layer laminate. So you've got your waterproof on the outside, and they're designed to be quite tough. And that, again, is designed to work on the side here. So you can strap it to the side, and it's got this little sort of strap which allows you to go over and carry a bottle. So I thought I might use that for an additional water bottle to carry on the bike. All right, so we've got small bag, large bag, Fender bag, bottle holster. Next step is to see how these go on the WR and whether they'll fit on the pannier racks. I did a bit of research beforehand to make sure they would, and I did contact the distributors and ask them whether they knew they would fit to the Outback Motortech X racks, which are the ones I've got. And these have additional loops around the outside of the pannier frames. They weren't too sure. They were really good to deal with, by the way, really helpful. But they weren't too sure. I don't think they'd come across any customers who'd used them for that. I took a bit of a punt and decided to buy them anyway, because I figured I might be able to make some modifications if need be, but we'll see what happens with that. The reason I think they probably will work is because these clamps or attachment devices, they don't go all the way around the tube. If you can see my finger there, they actually just clamp on part of it, and then this little part comes down just to lock it in place. So I don't think that the additional loops are going to interfere. I do think that the X part of the frame, which is like a steel plate with holes in it, you can use to bolt rotor packs and other things onto it. I reckon that's probably going to have to come off, but I'm not too worried about that because I don't have a real need for it. So anyway, in the next video, I'm going to have a look at how these fit. We'll give them a trial run and see how they go, how they look on the bike, make sure that everything works okay, and we can have a look through how the whole attachment system works. So until then, ride safe, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.